Assalamu alaikum. In this video, I would like to speak with you about the topic your womb as a woman, the energetic perspective about that, and why, in my opinion, for example, your womb, this organ, is one of the most expensive organs in the whole world. But first, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Melissa. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I will speak about my own experience during the last years. I will speak about my own knowledges, which I collect from here and there, especially also from life experience. And I want to give you the best out of it, how to have a blissful and happy life as a mom, as a wife, and of course, as a woman. So I have here my notes, and I would say just let us start. So why I want to speak about the womb, why I choose this topic for my first topic in this YouTube channel is because I think most of the problems nowadays, especially when you're a woman and you are not connected to your feminine energy, lays really in your womb. And we see that because do you know that nowadays 50% of all women have problems in their womb? That could be, for example, menstruational problems. It could be also endometriosis or infertility. Or you don't get pregnant for no medical reasons, or you can get pregnant but you cannot stay pregnant. And there I have also a lot of to share with you because I have there also my own personal experience, how painful and hurtful it is when you suffer from miscarriage or from you don't get pregnant. But this for another video, inshallah. So the womb is not only your womb. And here a quick side note. Actually, it's completely no problem if you have a womb or you don't, because every organ have an energy center. And actually also for men, they have also this field of creator energy, not like a woman, but kind of like co-creation. Because as you know, if we create babies, we need both, right? We need a woman with their eggs and we need the man, the seeds with their sperm. And the sin energy will create a baby. So firstly, did you know that the womb, especially by a woman, is directly from the name from Ar-Rahman? And there's Hadith about that topic. And when I first time heard that, it was for me like a shock, because it's like such a strong proof that women in their nature, in their fitra, not in their Allah alam, changed fitra. I speak really in their nature. You are a woman, you have a rahma, you have something what is naturally merciful. All right, because if you have a child and you maybe breastfeed your baby and you have a toddler or whatever, you know, especially in the beginning when you breastfeed, you will have a lack of sleep, right? No matter if you want or not, you will have it, right? So the solution here is you must be it. But it's very hard nowadays for women, and we will speak about that also in another video, because the problem is really in the womb. Not only, but also. So, for example, when we remove some kind of energy in the womb, or when we remove the womb actually, the creator energy is still there. That's why I'm saying it's no problem if you have still your womb or not. You are a woman, you was born with this energy of creation, of sexual energy, of sensual energy especially. No matter if your womb is still there or not, the energy, you have still access to it. And that's the most problem. Most women don't know how to connect to their feminine sensual energy. And that's what we see. That's when you see a lot of women, they don't have any mood anymore for intimacy with their husband, right? And they blame the husband because they say, yeah, but my husband, he's the mistaken because we have so much problems and I cannot connect emotionally with him. And there is a truth in that, because we as women, we are more emotionally and we connect more and intimate, like when we want to be intimate with someone about emotions. But the responsible person to heal, to forgive, to let all this negative energy out is always you. Also, if your husband will, for example, tell you, hey, I'm sorry, most of the time you decide if you forgive or not. And because we have no idea how we let go this stuck emotions, especially in our womb, we can grieve for years. For example, there's something what all men or most of the men, they complain. They have a fight with their woman and she brings up topics which happened before 4 or 5 years. And he thought like, my God, that's already gone. Like, how she remembered that? Because the emotions, the memories are still there and the emotions are not processed because you don't know how. And that's a big problem. So we know a little bit about nervous system, and that's like the groundwork what I try to explain you right now. You can imagine your womb like a garden, okay? And that's a beautiful example in my opinion. If you have intercourse with a man, every seed which you, like his sperm is a seed, in your body create something. That's mean also, for example, as I say, nowadays, 50% of the women, they have problems, medical problems in their womb. And this have also a lot of things to do with their emotions or with their traumas. Because if you sleep with a man, and that's why it's so dangerous, if you have just multiple partners and you don't take care of your body, or you go to OF and all that stuff as a woman, you give your creator energy, your sexual energy away. And maybe you notice some women, they have a very strong womb power. Not every woman is the same, because we are all different creations, we are all different souls, we have a different signature based on the day where we was born, based on the planet collection and all that. And based on that, some women, they have a different body shape. You can see by some women in their body shape during on the like when you see their hips and all, if she can, for example, get easier pregnant or can stay easier pregnant than another woman. You can see it on the hands. You can see if the woman is more feminine shaped or not. And that's something what she was born with, right? That's not a problem. But you can see the tendency. Does not mean if a woman, for example, she have not a feminine body shape that she cannot be pregnant or she's not like a mother figure. She can be that, of course. It's also a choice. But the potential, every human have a specific potential. We was born with that. We cannot choose that. Like you was born in a specific country, maybe in US, in UK, whatever, right? So when we don't know how to clean this energy center, the womb, and we go a little bit crazy. What I hear also, a lot of women, they say, oh my God, if you have a husband or a man and you have this and this trauma, you don't protect yourself, your sexual energy from him, then you will lose your creative energy. And when I hear that, I think there's some truth in that, and something is not really, in my opinion, it's not complete. Because if you know the power of free will, you understand that you can release emotions and you can make a protection for yourself. Because honestly, 80 or 90% of men, they walk just with their generational trauma without healing. It's very rare nowadays that a man he go and he heal, right? And also we cannot compare the healing journey from a woman to a man, because we women, we are emotionally, we want to speak, we process emotions freely, we can cry, we can express them. Men go in their camp or whatever, they try to go away, to be alone and to process emotions differently. And men learn also by hard experience. Women get traumatized when we have a hard experience. It was a trauma. Men also was maybe traumatized, but especially when they are children. But when they are grown up, it shapes them. That's why we have also different kind of parenting styles, right? So when we go to the womb and about the emotions, it's very important to understand that when I speak about they are still in the womb, also maybe the seeds, because the sperm is nothing else than a whole program on generational trauma programs, mindset ideas, beliefs, behavior from your man and his family. You as a woman, you collect that, all right? And if you don't process all that, the emotions are stuck. And that's what I mean. And you can imagine that like a womb which is dark. The light is gone and it's dark. And we can clean it. That's not a problem. You just need to know how to do it. Especially emotions like guilt, loss, sadness, anger and fear, control and shame. They are often the emotions which are stuck in the woman. And a womb carry that. Maybe your mother or your grandmother still carry some kind of shame or guilt from the past years, and you are connected with them. And that's what, when we are saying, for example, when you as a woman, you heal your womb, you will heal more than one generation. You will heal, inshallah, your mother's trauma story, your grandmother's, and your daughter's, and because you must understand that you was as an egg in your grandmother. This is how we are connected. And actually the womb is one of the main source points as a woman to access your feminine energy. Yeah, and it's your life force energy and the center of your satisfaction. That's why the most women, they don't feel any satisfaction anymore, because they don't have any access to that. And that's why, for example, belly dance. Don't worry, you not need to become now a professional belly dancer, but to become or to dance like a belly dance or try a little bit movements like belly dance is so healing. I learned belly dancing, just the basics, okay? I think 3 years ago, and it changed my connection to my hips and to my body and to my feminine energy completely. And I started to walk different. And this was very interesting because I was born with, I didn't have a straight hips. Like my hips wasn't straight. I think it was the left side who was a little bit more up. If you see me, you will not notice, but I know it, and my mom told me that. And energetically, this have a meaning also, right? The left side have a meaning, a connection, masculine energy, if you know, brain sides, whatever. And for me, it was very clear, okay, there is something what I cannot let go. And it was so interesting. I also felt when I start belly dancing, I was not so movable on the left side, like on the right side. But with practice, with emotion, with feeling, with continuing this path, it worked out. Like I was flexible. And it gave me some kind of connection and sensual connection to my body, which I never felt before. And that's what I mean. There are also some somatic practices, which I did before a lot of time, and there was also very healing for me. But this belly dancing and also the fun of dance, and of course, maybe in the first time you feel awkward, you think like, oh my God, what I'm doing here, right? And you're a little bit shy and whatever, but past that, like go over that. And now, for example, I'm married to Moroccan, and in the Moroccan culture, it's completely normal that we as women, we make our, I say always, our woman parties. There we are, just we women, and we just dance and we shake the hips and whatever. Everybody who was or is a Moroccan or have this cultural understanding know what I am talking about. And that's so fun. I love it and I enjoy it so much because it's the real feminine energy. When we speak about feminine circles where women sit, there's something like that. It's not speaking like you speak with the older ones. That's also a very important thing what we unfortunately lost, especially here in Europe, because we need the old woman to share their experience with us, to learn from them. But also these dancing parties, it's so healing. So that's a big thing. My God, guys, this video is so long already. I hope that I will make everything in one. I didn't thought that it's so long until now. Okay, so I want to tell you what means to heal your womb. It means it's very easy. You must feel your emotions. When I speak about healed my feminine energy, and I'm sure nobody will tell you that, but it's just to feel your emotions. You know, when a woman, she have not access or no access anymore to her feminine energy, it just means that she don't feel herself. She don't process her emotions. She don't cry. She cannot sit. She cannot hold herself, you know. This is all this stuff because you push your emotions away. You try to be harder than you are and all that stuff. This means you are in a protection shield. And I was there for many years. My God, you cannot imagine. And especially also with my man, because I didn't have a father figure, I don't know how it is to be protected, to be taken care of, or to have a man who really want to provide. And provision means not only money, it means also to give you things. And you receive them with thanks, without feeling guilty or without to reject him and his provision. And if you grow up like that, that's okay, all right? But it's your responsibility to change that. And you can do that by starting to feel. It's really to feel yourself, to feel your body, to understand which kind of programs you have, especially in your subconscious mind. So what I did was also, I cut the generational bonds between me and my family. And maybe a lot of family, like they lived maybe 1800. I cannot tell you which, because it was the energetic work which happened, which came to me. And then I start to understand which kind of trauma control me and which kind of trauma controlled them and how to cut that. And this is some kind of meditation work which you do and which really works out. As I told you, also your partner, your husband, they have their own family story and their trauma. And when you sleep with him, as I say, you will collect his seed. When you are married and you notice, for example, that your husband starts to build himself and you see, okay, he make it, right? This is your portal energy. It's your energy. And I want to tell you something. Maybe you are with a man and you see that he was stable, he was good, and it starts to go a little bit down. But he have a life vision. He have a vision for his life. He have a dream. That's normal. Because we have a law in the universe. Before it get better, chaos come. Always chaotic times will follow a new direction. But to get into a new direction, we will have chaos. So don't think you are not the source of his problems. No, you are like the hardship and the ease will come. You just need to go through that. So until I cleaned really my womb, as I said, energetically, and I cut these lines, the energetic lines. And I did physical things, like for example, I drank specific teas and I started to make womb bath with herbs, with specific herbs. And emotionally, I cleaned it with meditations, guided meditations by myself. I started to heal, and it was the best experience ever, because now I know how it is when you have a healthy womb. This means, for example, I healed by that. I couldn't get pregnant, I couldn't stay pregnant, and also a lot of other things. For example, as I say, I didn't have a real connection to my feminine energy. I felt shy, so much shyness in my body. I felt guilt. This was one of the most emotions, which I felt a lot of anger, a lot of sadness. And I created an environment where I said I focused on 3 things: in the energetic perspective, in the physical perspective, and in the emotion perspective. And this was what it bring me in the end the healing. This works especially by infertility, if you cannot get pregnant or you cannot stay pregnant, if you have abnormal pain during menstruation, or if you have pain by intercourse, right? Vaginism, maybe you heard that before. These are all caused by that. Miscarriages, endometriosis, and other problems. All this can be healed. I just want to invite you, don't give up. And I will tell you more and more how to do that and how you can heal your womb. Because don't think that this is normal. It's not, but it's also nothing where you should be ashamed of, right? Okay, so this was my first video. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, if you want to know anything about me, then just write me in the comments. And I hope that you enjoyed that, like me. And then bye, see you in the next video.